Hey, we tonight on this very podcast you're watching right now, the second, effective immediately, March 31st, we want to talk about something important and ask important questions of our audience. And that question tonight is, what deserves the reboot more, Gargoyles or Biker Mice from Mars? Please let us know. And, we're trying to put this issue to rest and put a bow on it.
Once and for all.
Gargoyles versus Biker Mice from Mars. You choose and let your voice be heard. Thanks for watching tonight's podcast. We hope you enjoyed it. Good night.
Good night. Theme song.
Oh, fuck. Sorry.
I'm a lonely horseman, got my pistol. I'm just trying to be somebody besides a lonely horseman. Got my gun at my side, I'm just trying to be a lonely horseman, 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 lonely horseman.
I'm sorry. I want to say I just apologize to our audience. That was a very ill-informed opening to this podcast.
That was the most ROCCO opening I think we've had in a long, long time.
No, I honestly feel bad because that was actually not in good spirits. I forgot that everyone loved Gargoyles and absolutely no one liked Biker Mice from Mars, and that was insensitive to our audience.
Yeah.
To compare apples to
to
shit.
to balls of shit from an ass. From
what?
We also forgot
not
that
even a Gargoyle's ass.
nobody has cared about those shows for well over 25 years.
Yeah.
And now,
Are bad.
now Derrick's going to apologize because all the Gargoyles fans just heard that, and they feel...
Nobody is a bigger Gargoyles fan than moi. But let's be real. You weren't thinking about Gargoyles until he said it. He said it. Now you can't stop thinking about it. It's like a spell.
I
was thinking about Demonia.
I really do. About like once a year, I will see an article that's like, why are they not doing anything with Gargoyle? I don't hear anybody on a regular basis bring up Gargoyles. But about once a year, we'll see an article like, "What? Why is Disney not doing anything with this?" Biker Mice, never.
I don't care.
Never.
And the article is always followed up with, should I move out of my mom's basement?
That's true.
Or keep writing about Gargoyles once a year?
That's true.
I don't care if they do something or not, but they can release that old show. They could just show. Don't do
Well,
a
that
new
would be
one.
Is
doing
that on
something,
anything? Does anyone know?
Don't even reboot it. Just put it out there.
Yeah, is that on Netflix or
I don't
something?
think so. Neither are.
It's
and
on,
where's Eek the cat? Where's Eek?
Yeah,
I put it
Eek
on
the
Pornhub, my personal channel.
I'd go.
Okay.
I have a Pornhub account, but it's only Gargoyles bootleg full-length videos from my VHS personal collection. I thought my personal collection was something else, but it was just Gargoyles episodes. So that is what my Pornhub channel is. If you don't like it, sue me.
Can people tell me? Someone in the chat will know. We were looking at. There was a female gargoyle.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
And
Also featured on my personal Pornhub channel.
Right.
Demonia,
that's what made me.
right?
That's what reminded me of
Garrett knows all about her.
Right. Yeah. And I'm not gonna go into what I am attracted to or what I'm not.
Respect.
But as I was looking at it, I was like, well, I could see how someone becomes a furry, but then I said that's not the right term. What is the term?
Oh, you don't know?
If you're into it's not a furry creature.
I think I have the answer.
Stony.
A leather.
Stony.
Is that real?
It doesn't fall under
Kevin
other
would know.
kids.
But people in the chat just said the same thing. Kevin knows all about this.
Yeah.
Stony, really?
So,
okay.
A Rocky.
What ROCCO is saying, if you can read between the lines, essentially, Demona the Gargoyle makes his dick wag hard.
Dude.
Hard as rock.
If it,
I think so. A lot of people in the chat saying stoner. So that must
you're
be what
not
it is.
alone. And I've heard
I'm a
heard
huge
stories
stoner.
a lot of stoners around.
a lot of
Yeah.
stoners.
I've heard that.
I always
of
hear there's a
stoners.
huge population in California.
A big
Wow.
stoner population.
Gargoyle.
Well,
Love
what can we
her.
say? We're horny for gargoyles. Kevin, please close up.
I went to a
We're
party.
horny for gargoyles.
Nice.
One more time.
Sorry.
I talked over you. One more time.
We're horny for gargoyles.
Nice.
Third time's a charm.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Derrick,
Definitely.
nailed it.
And in the Waspinator voice.
Please.
I'm very horny for gargoyles.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm getting shot by Rhinox.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's you getting shot?
Wait. Okay, so Rhinox is shooting you with a machine gun, and your last words are...
I was horny for a gargoyle.
Perfect.
Stoner through and through.
I went to a party this week, and there was a guy there who was talking about what makes his dick wag hard, and I'd never heard that term.
Wow.
Yeah, wag hard.
Wouldn't that be
Wag
limp?
the
It's just
dick.
waving
I never
around?
heard that term before, but now that to me is the pinnacle of being into something. Does this
Dick
make your dick wag hard?
Wag hard.
I like to eat grapes, so grapes make my dick wag hard.
That reminds me of
Nice.
And this is another thing we did. We filmed a lot of stuff this past week.
Wagging hard.
Can't talk about it. Wait,
Feel-
yeah.
that
Wagging
feels
hard.
good.
Got to make sure we get.
I'm getting fanned.
That's a new Fortnite.
People might
dance.
not know what it means.
Anyone want to come wag their dick hard in front of me? That's fine. I get a nice breeze out of it.
I'm gonna do it in Boston for you. I'm gonna share a room.
Attach a fan to that wag.
Well, let the
Give you
dick
permission.
waggers can stay in the same room. That's
you
okay.
permission, Shawn.
But this week we were filming something. Again, filmed a lot of rad stuff this week. We can't talk about it yet, but we filmed something, and for some reason, I don't know how we got on the subject, but back in the day, there was, you know what? I'm calling this person out. I don't know their name.
Oh.
I don't know their name. I hope I don't embarrass them, but there's no
drama.
chance
Well,
of watching this anyway.
And also you don't know their name, so
Yeah, so it doesn't matter.
secret safe with us.
But when we were hired in like 2007 to do the official PAX DVD for the convention for PAX, to do like a documentary on like being at PAX or whatever, and we did that. That was way back when.
Oh, yeah.
And the guy producing the we just did the video that was on there, but they had a guy who actually authored the DVD. They had a dude working for Penny Arcade. I think he was some kind of third party guy. And every time we described what we wanted to do for the DVD, he responded in the same way. He went, "That's shit hot. Yeah. Oh yeah. I like that idea. That's shit hot. Yeah. Yeah, that's shit hot. Oh yeah. You're going to do that? Shit hot. Yeah." So for some reason we got on that, and we were filming this week and kept saying that. What is that fucking term? Shit hot.
Shit hot.
That's
hot.
shit hot, man. That's
like
shit hot.
That's like body temperature.
So dick wagging and shit hot. Oh, it gets my dick wagging. Yeah, that's
That
shit
dude
hot.
ate a lot of Flamin' Hot Cheetos.
That's what I think. That's what I think.
Wait, isn't shit hotter than body temperature? Because when you shit out in the cold woods, there's like steam rising off it. That's what shit
steam
hot.
comes out of you when you breathe.
If if you're
okay.
bleeding,
You're
like,
just a
blood-
container.
Internal temperature is 96.8 degrees. So
Your
that's,
blood will steam in
That's
the
what
snow.
your shit
You've
is.
never done that?
No.
I think
You
it
haven't
would,
bled on
right?
snow?
What kind of Wiccan cults are you doing?
I
Shawn?
You ever,
talk about
you
it,
ever
but
stuck a
it-
thermometer in a shit? It's 98 degrees, bro. Yeah.
I'll try that out.
But maybe it does get hotter because of the friction on the way out. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like a
Yeah,
rug
all
burn.
the squeezing.
forceful.
You know.
I have a story. I don't know if I should tell it.
That's a
it's
good-
about
that means
Garrett.
it's a good
It's
story.
about
hey,
my
if it's
Garrett.
shit hot,
Yeah.
does
about
it
my
make your
friend
dick
Garrett.
wag or what?
It's about
Oh.
my friend Garrett. I don't.
Yeah, if you're gonna wag my dick, then
Do it.
Let's
I'm
do
gonna tell it. This is probably the second time I ever met Garrett, like ever. We filmed that one video, the Cold Fear video, forever ago, and after that we went
yeah.
to his apartment to film a video. And we were at your apartment, and you were
Okay.
gone for a while, and then you came back and like, hey guys, this is. I just took the longest shit ever. It was like I got like a plastic spoon and like I held it up because it's like so long.
Wow.
That was the second time I ever met Garrett.
He was
What?
a joke,
Who
man.
did?
No, that's
Did
the
I
thing.
show it to you?
No.
I didn't know
You
that.
didn't show it to me, but you came out saying that. So is it real? I still don't know. And if you don't, you probably don't remember it.
Well, yeah, there was
What
that.
the
Yeah, for the cat litter, there was like a plastic stir spoon.
So
in
this
there.
is adding up.
This might have been an accurate
This could
tale.
this could have happened.
It was a bull wrapper. I do remember
Yeah.
that particular
What the hell?
afternoon.
It was,
I just never think like
the
this.
water python.
This is a really
Yeah.
weird guy.
Oh, well, guys, they're always into, toilet humor.
Yeah.
I thought we were a gang of jackasses.
We are, and I
uh,
don't know if that really happened or not, but you did say that to me.
Yeah, I was probably apologizing for being in there for so long.
You just make a joke out of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wanted to
All right, respect.
get a.
You know what's funny is I remember literally the second time I ever talked to Shawn myself. Literally the second time. I had talked to you once when we first started drama class in 9th grade.
Yeah, and
then I remember having one more opportunity where we were all kind of in a similar space, and we were talking about there was something in the class where we were all talking about video games, and I thought, well, I could speak up because I know a lot. I don't know how many people in here know about video games, but I do. That's my defining thing. And I remember everyone called out the name of game. I think we were doing an improv game or something, and everyone called out the name of video games, and I called out the most obscure NES game I could think of because I thought, everyone's yelling Mario, so I went, "Oh yeah, the Magic of Scheherazade on NES," and I distinctly remember Shawn going, "Yeah, funny."
Oh,
And that me. I was like,
Oh, no.
I was like,
Classic Shawn.
I was like, I need to tone that down.
Classic.
Pull it back,
Shawn.
Rocco.
I honestly didn't think what a jerk. I
Well, I
thought.
think that now. I'm sorry.
I honestly. You want to know what I honestly thought? I thought Shawn is a cool guy. If that tanked with him, you need to tone that down.
Well, thank you.
Pull it
wow.
back.
Because
And-
I was not a cool guy.
and-
You still
it's-
think that too when he goes, funny. You go, I need to tone myself down.
Well, honestly, even to this day, decades later, we work together. If I say something like that, and Shawn would go, "Yeah," I would be like, "Fuck," because that's I'm caught in the same loop.
Look at Shawn and Rocco. They clearly hate each other. You could see it in their eyes
Look
when they have to
behind the
interact with
mask.
each other. These guys fucking hate each other. They can't wait. One of them's going to quit.
And Rocco knows the truth that he is forced to work with a Chatfield for the rest of his life because if he leaves even for a second, he knows that the prison will all collapse and the cornerstone will be revealed.
Yeah. Funny.
Anyway, so I never called out any more NES games in class. I just
Wow. Well, I'm sorry. I don't remember saying that
No,
to you.
hey,
I believe it.
I was a ninth grader yelling out dumb NES titles.
And I was a ninth grader with no friends. So we are
well, hey,
Good
it
match.
didn't seem that way. I thought you had a
Yeah.
lot of friends in there,
Yeah.
and after that I was like, oh, need to tone it down. That was it.
know-
I wasn't upset about it.
when I was in ninth grade, I had a girlfriend.
Nice.
Many,
Sick.
many. And,
That's sick,
Wow,
dude.
and she was a model.
Whoa.
Oh.
And she wanted to have sex.
Yeah, what
But-
happened?
And I said no.
yeah,
I'm too
sorry.
busy.
don't let her force you to do that.
busy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you weren't ready.
Your own
I
time,
mean,
dude.
Sorry.
yeah,
I'm
hell
too
yeah.
busy.
Respect.
I'm an actor. I'm too busy for you.
Respect.
Respect that.
And I
You
was,
should've-
I was 11.
You should have asked me first if I wanted to hear about that, and I would go, why don't you just tell me? That's the best way to set that up. Why don't you just tell me?
Nice.
Where
Anyways,
to go from
Anyway.
here? You know.
welcome to the Mega64
Where do we go
podcast.
from there? We got our shit story in for the week.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
covered
Trying
that.
to think any flights. Well, we have a flight coming up.
We
I'm trying to think of
teased
any
stuff we're
Tesla
filming.
news, and then that covers all the bases. We can get out of here.
Yeah.
Tesla prices are set to go up at the beginning of April, guys. So get in your orders now. I just got my dozen. I went to the Tesla dealership and said, "Give me the wackadoo dozen." So I don't know
That's the best dozen
how
to
many
get.
cars that's even going to be.
Yeah.
So now we got it all out of the way. I guess we can talk about video games. Shit.
If you want, what do you
Um.
got?
Yeah. Listen, big titles coming out this last week. And yes, I played Dead or Alive Extreme 3 is now on the Switch. So I got it. What's new about the new version? Nothing.
Yeah.
Is it
Oh.
a straight port?
It's,
Wait a minute, wait a
Sorry,
minute.
there's like another character.
Oh,
Is this the one with for the Switch you said?
No, what's that?
4Ds.
The package of the game suggests. Now, this is what I was excited about. Okay. 4D Rumble.
Yeah.
And basically, well, 4D, they don't call it 4D Rumble. It's 4D Jiggle.
Oh.
Because using the HD Rumble technology in the Joy-Cons is supposed to create a certain effect
Nice.
that
Joy-Cons indeed.
you know what you will finally know what it feels
The weight.
Joy Pros.
Feel the weight of it all.
But I guess you have to like play it a certain amount of time or get, like unlock that.
Oh.
Who has time for that?
Who has
so
time
I'm
for
waiting
this?
see if there's a hack or a mod.
Are you gonna bring that on the flight with you? And
Oh,
play
hell
some-
yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
I'm bringing that and the Switch dock to PAX this week. So
You're bringing the Switch dock?
Yeah, I think so.
Dude, I'll hang out in your room.
Dude.
So we can all play it because I'm only bringing that game. No others.
Sean isn't into looking at those kind of
PAX East-
drawings.
He's not allowed to.
I'm not allowed to. PAX East is my favorite convention just for that aspect. Like we don't really go out to the parties and we just kind of hang out in our room, but it's super fun.
Yeah,
so.
it's weird because there's other cons that are fun to attend because they're so social and
Not PAX
yeah,
East.
let's walk around Austin, Texas, and yeah, we'll hang out, we'll see them, and then yeah, PAX East it's almost this primal like we need to find fire,
Food and
lock,
fire.
yeah, lock ourselves. Do we have enough supplies to last us? I mean, it's just so that area it's in is so like cold and dead. That
Yeah.
it becomes that. It becomes like, okay, who brought what? And we can like huddle together and look at this. And
Right.
yeah, so I do enjoy that aspect.
Yeah, it's
Because
good.
sometimes everyone gets split, you know.
After the convention closes, though, those events are always like a cab ride away, not walking distance.
Yeah. Just because
always
of that
like
area.
further into
that
that
area
downtown.
in Boston, it's kind of secluded from everything else,
Yeah.
so it's kind of hard. Yeah, but anyway, people are saying it's like almost 60 in Boston today. That's not so far from here,
Dude, I like that.
Honestly,
I like the sound.
It's been cold in California. I mean,
For us,
California
it's been
cold for a while now. For how long? Months.
Yeah.
Yeah, months.
We've
It's
had
actually
a
been
particularly
all
wet
winter.
winter.
yeah.
Brutal.
Rainy and stuff, but I'll take it. But anyway, yeah,
I love it.
So maybe it's not so bad in Boston.
Rainy and stuff. That would cover rain,
Yeah.
And
and then the normal weather we usually have. That's about all we get around here.
I
Well,
guess-
we saw a little bit of hail, didn't we?
We did.
Yeah.
It was
do get a
exciting.
little bit of hail.
I cannot believe that you have to unlock that. Like it says on the package, you have to unlock the three.
That whole game's existed. They make you fucking grind for everything. You can't
Fucking
have
Zack
anything
Island,
in that
man.
game. And what I think that it is, I could be wrong, but I don't have like a Japanese eShop account or an online store account. I think they want you to go into the store if you have it and go in and you can buy tickets that bypass stuff. So you can get like a special ticket. You can earn it in the game by doing like 800 different things, and you get a special ticket that buys you a feature or a whatever. But
pay to
I
play.
think you can also just buy them for $10 in the store. You know what I mean? I don't know. I haven't seen,
how
but
they get you, dude.
That, I hate.
What happened to
but you know
gaming?
what? I enjoy playing the game. That game is like my Animal Crossing. It's
Yeah.
like a cooler version.
Yeah.
So I like to play and collect that stuff, and that's the
Well,
sexier
that
version,
will be
yeah.
so much sweeter of a reward once you finally unlock.
I
the full
guess
beat.
it's I guess it's a sexier Animal Crossing,
Yeah.
but I don't know. They're comparable.
Well, yeah, Isabel's only in one, so.
So, but otherwise, yeah,
sorry.
I dig it. So I'm just unlocking away. But now that Lei Fong is in it, I'm playing a lot more.
Ooh.
Tight. And then also with video
No,
games.
I think that's it. That's the whole segment.
Oh shit!
I don't know if we have time for. Well, I squeeze it in.
It's noteworthy, I
Sekiro
guess.
Shadows Die Twice came
Oh.
out, which is a new From Software game.
Yeah.
Bloodborne, Demon Souls, Dark Souls, etc. I love it. I was afraid coming into this because all these games are, brutal and hard. This is the most accessible one.
Really?
Okay.
I was able to beat a boss on the first try, which has never happened with these
Yeah.
games before. I'm about 10 hours in, and I love it. Like it's fantastic.
Wow.
That's funny. My brother is like the From Software makes all his favorite shit, like, and he's super into Dark Souls
Yeah,
games,
yeah.
all that kind of stuff. And he was kind of like not into this when they announced it. Like, I don't know if I want to do. I don't know if it looks that great, whatever. And then the past few days saw a lot of footage and was like, and even I saw footage that I thought, wow, this game looks really cool. So he picked it up and then he played it a full day and was like, I don't like it, and then was done with it. I was
Yeah.
like, that's weird. I know a lot of people who are into it, but I don't know what turned them off.
I think it could be like your play style because like
Maybe.
before I got the game, some people were saying this is the hardest one yet, and other people were saying this is the easiest one.
Yeah, I couldn't get a clear
I
image.
think it's just your play style because like the Souls games were difficult for me. Bloodborne was a little easier because that's very aggressive.
because he aces those.
Yeah.
He just plows through them.
so
but
with
then
me,
this
the
game, he
hard-
was just
yeah.
like, nah, and he
Is
turned it
it,
off. I was like, what?
Are you kind of a button masher like I am?
I am
Frank?
like
So
like,
That's
wonder if
how
it-
I am, too.
I wonder if it plays to
Yeah.
our shitty play style.
yeah. So
more.
I was talking with like Casey before. The Souls games, you have a stamina meter. You do a few swipes
Yeah.
and dodges, and you have to fucking wait. This game,
Okay.
there's no stamina. You can fucking go dodge
Oh,
infinitely.
okay.
So I'm someone I grew up playing Dynasty Warriors games and shit like that,
Yeah.
where it's like, I mean, you still have to be smart. You have to parry, but for whatever my play style, it clicks. And then also the DNA of the game, they started out wanting to do a Tenchu reboot, so it plays very well to that Metal Gear play style of go in,
Okay.
assassinate
Stealth.
someone, get the fuck out of there,
Ooh.
pick off one guy. It feels so good to play. So I really like it.
Yeah, I heard that from a lot of people. Maybe my brother just wasn't feeling that style of whatever.
Sure.
Somebody in the chat says, "I feel like your brother doesn't like any games." Man,
No,
then
he
you don't
fucking-
you don't know
Whoa,
him then.
Jesus!
He's-
That is-
Holy
destroys
shit.
stuff, yeah.
That's like his passion since he was like 2.
Yeah.
He was 2, and I remember being a kid and walking into the room, and he was like fighting Wart in Mario Brothers 2. I'm like, how did he make it to this? Like
Yeah.
what? But he's like 100%ing or has Devil May Cry.
Yeah.
Which I still want to go back to. I had no time for that this week, but I really like that, and yeah,
I'm
he's
like-
like 100%ing that.
I'm eking through that.
Oh, yeah.
I have only played on the PPS last week, but I played maybe like an hour before I went to bed last night.
Yeah.
but it's great. I still got nothing but positive stuff to say. But I think
Yeah.
that's what's keeping me from even looking at this Shadows Die Twice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
clear one before the other.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost too similar for me, action adventure kind of thing. And they almost got me in with Bloodborne because I've been afraid of that.
I love,
franchise
yeah, I love the look and style of everything of Bloodborne.
And they
but I
almost
just
got
can't-
me.
I don't play games like that.
Demon Souls, Dark Souls. Like I know, hey,
Yeah.
not for you. Like I get it.
Yeah.
They almost got me to buy that, and I didn't. Now I'm hearing this looks good. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like we'll see.
Yeah, I didn't know that about like the stamina stuff and all that. It kind of makes me want to give it a
and
shot.
I think they wanted to make it something more accessible. Like I saw like
Yeah.
something from the producers saying like we try to keep the Souls spirit intact, but also bring it to new players. And
Yeah.
I mean, it's really good.
Well, you're in 10-hour range.
yeah.
Is it wrapping up? Or?
No, I've heard like I mean these games are big.
That's almost
I think
what-
it's like a 40 to 50 hour game.
See, that's deterring.
yeah.
For me
Yeah.
now
Yeah.
at where I'm at now. Fuck.
Yeah.
And then like what I love about these games is like you get used to a few types of enemies and then they'll introduce new ones and mix them up. Like
Ooh.
I just now got to this part where you're on top of a castle and other ninjas are flying in at you and throwing shurikens and fucking you up. Like before everyone's just been calm with swords and now there's all of a sudden like 6 ninjas on top of me.
Projectiles.
It's crazy.
And bosses too.
Yeah.
Talking about all that, you know what? Not related to that game directly, but just all this talk of old Japan and ninjas and all that stuff. Man, I wish they would make a new Ninja Gaiden. I wish, like, on the new consoles, or I guess they're not that new at this point, but
Yeah.
that series has been MIA. Like 3 came out a million years ago, and then they like updated it and made it better for Wii U, but that's it. Like,
That was the first game that I realized that I can't play these.
Yeah.
That was the first one that
where
like,
there's certain
Oh, I
games you can't
suck.
it
play.
was Derrick. I think you were playing it in Rocco's room when we were editing way
Yeah.
back when, and I was like, "This is so beyond what I could ever do. That this is not
Yeah.
for me."
But you know,
I found with that Ninja Gaiden game, I
Yeah.
found one tactic defeated 90% of the enemies.
oh really?
And if you could figure out that, like,
Yeah.
it's the same thing I would do when I used to play Turtles in Time as a kid on Super Nintendo. Jump kick.
Yeah.
Jump and kick and fly through the air.
Yeah.
And every time I would try to, all right, this time I'm going to handle one-on-one, I'd get killed. But if I just kept
Yeah.
jumping and kicking with the flying kick, defeat everybody.
With Ninja Gaiden, wasn't it like
it was the same thing. It was like the jumping
jumping
attack.
the blade? Yeah, he would like do a. Brian would probably know.
I would jump slash everybody in that game and got to like the end.
Yeah,
so.
I want to say when they updated, because they did updated versions of the games later, like Ninja Gaiden Black and stuff,
Yeah.
and they tweaked it. And I want to say they tweaked that aspect of it where you couldn't really do that, right? Yeah, they actually adjusted it where when it got like
got
a fancy
nerfed?
special, a new edition, they actually adjusted.
See, that's
the
where
game.
video games went wrong. Just
You
let-
need an exploit.
I find
I
the one
figured it
tactic
out.
that works and I could beat the game. That's a great game.
Hell
That'd
yeah.
be like, hey, right now, if they announced, hey, we're re-releasing Punch Out, but we tweaked how you beat them, I'd be like, no, I learned that King Hippo can't get back up if I hit him in the stomach.
Yeah,
you know? It's like-
exactly.
I remember like Oblivion on 360. The way I beat it was there was a duplication. Oh, that's what the Flame War Theater was about. But the duplication glitch, you could like dupe arrows, and so
Yeah.
I made a trillions of arrows, and then I can do it infinitely. And that's how I beat Resident Evil on GameCube. There was you could duplicate grenade rounds. So when I sucked at games, I had to find exploits. I would go on GameFAQs, look it up.
Oh yeah, I
funny.
love that shit.
Yeah, but that's Ninja Gaiden. I agree with you, Shawn. It was one of those where I was like, I looked forward to that for years, and I don't know if I'm good enough to play this. And I was disappointed, but I ended up really enjoying the game because of how we did do it, where we kind of like would trade off.
Yeah, you guys
like
trade off.
I can't beat this level. Well, maybe I can. Oh, you did really good. And then I remember even like Jonathan came over at one point and was like, all right, let me try this. But so for that reason, I did learn and I got better and I did ultimately enjoy that. That's one of my favorite games ever, I think. And Brian, you agree, right? Isn't that one of your favorites?
Yeah, that's probably one of my let me put this up. That's probably one of my favorite games that I've ever played.
I remember you were really like, you learned everything you could about it.
Yeah, I went in and like collected all the 50 scarabs. You can unlock the original Ninja Gaiden and play it inside of an arcade.
Yeah.
There was a sword that was just a wooden practice sword, and if you leveled it up over the entire game and collected like all
Yeah.
those like yellow orbs, it would become like the unlabored flawlessness, which was a giant ore that you beat people with one hit on.
Yeah,
So,
I forgot about that.
It was really cool because it rewarded you for silly things.
Oh, wow.
The creator of the game kind of went crazy, but he had a really
Yes.
good vision.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Devil's Third.
Well, yeah, we got Devil's Third out of it, so I mean, not that crazy. Game of the year.
The
but-
publisher that made the Ninja games and the creator,
Yeah.
Are they on good terms?
No.
Oh, gotcha.
No, he left the company.
Did he form his own company? Like
Yeah,
Ninja
he
Theory?
made Valhalla Studios or whatever,
Okay.
and they've been around for like 12 years, and they only made Devil's Third.
That's it.
And now he's like not even like now he's just an advisor there. Like no one knows what.
Yeah,
I don't know what's going on with that guy. But
I do, but I can't talk about it.
Oh, okay. There you go. Shawn knows. But anyway, that game was incredible. The one thing I will say about that guy's games is that he would put all kinds of weird shit in them, like Brian mentioned. And I remember even because the original one came out on just straight up original Xbox.
Yeah.
And I remember in one level I went deep into an alley and found it was a prototype Xbox. Like the original prototype of the Xbox system was actually a big metal X with a green like orb in the middle of it. And I found that in an alley, and he was like, "Yeah, I always thought that prototype looked so goofy, so I hit it in the game."
Easter
There was
egg.
just all kinds of weird stuff like that. But anyway, I love that game. I've been dying to play that.
Is Sekiro? Am I saying that right? Is that like
Psycho.
a spiritual successor to the Ninja Gaiden?
No, I don't think.
I
so.
heard someone
I mean,
describe it as that, but I don't know.
I mean, still the same kind of setting. I mean, I was playing with Brian, and Brian, that's what Brian made. Brian like said he compared it well to it. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, it just again feels like Tenchu or even Neo. I just like cool ass ninja shit. Like
Feudal
I love it.
Japan.
Yeah, it's really cool. Really cool setting.
So anyway, yeah, there you go.
Well, I did confirm that the show is coming out this week, guys. So I will give
What
you a
is-
full report on MLB
show?
The Show.
Oh fuck yeah.
MLB
Oh.
the show.
Yeah,
it's just
Oh,
called The
okay.
I thought you
Show.
meant gargoyles. Fuck.
I was
Yeah,
just thinking the same
Gargoyles
thing. I was
really
like, I
good.
got confirmation. Gargoyles.
No.
My
Yeah.
dick was wagging.
But I know
Yeah.
everyone's super stoked
Down
on that.
boy.
I actually did. So last week I said that I could throw a ball from the end zone to the 20-yard line.
Yeah.
And so I went to a football field and I
Uh-oh.
tried it.
I thought you said end zone to end zone.
No, I did not.
All through the air.
yeah, it
No.
was 20 yards.
Well, I
I
believed
said
you could do
20-yard
that.
line.
Okay.
Yes. Well, the point is
Oh.
without the ball rolling. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
I did say I could roll it and go to the end zone, but whatever.
Okay.
The point is, I was wrong.
No way.
I love you're a big enough man to admit you're wrong.
I was
here
wrong.
on the podcast.
Did you try it a second time?
I did, yeah, but like I didn't really warm up. But it doesn't
Did you get
matter.
it to your 20-yard line?
I threw it from the end zone to the 29-yard line, so it was 9 yards
Oh,
off.
9 yards is not
I threw
much.
it. I threw it 71 yards, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
But I wanted.
Start working
I
out.
want. I'm gonna. Yeah, I might.
Who was there to confirm this?
My sister.
You don't have video of this?
Unreliable. Yeah, we need video.
It doesn't matter. But if we want to try it again someday, we can actually do it
right.
right. But I just want to let everyone know that I did try it, and I failed.
Well, now you can practice and kind of bulk up.
Yeah.
Maybe you got time before we go out and film it for real, and
Okay.
maybe you'll get it by then.
Okay.
Or maybe you'll have to admit defeat a second time.
Okay, I can do that too. I just want to be, honest with everybody.
I bet it was flying at 69 miles per hour, though.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
the master at that.
You're
I'm good at that.
consistently into that.
That we have video
speed.
footage of.
Yeah, several years
that we
in
can
a row.
confirm.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Real quick.
Yeah.
With, staying in the video game realm. What do you guys think of? That's not funny. Peanut gallery, please, off camera.
Getting giggles in the back.
Serious conversation. No. What do you guys think about? Have you guys seen or heard about the thing that Google announced this
The
week?
controller.
What's it
It
called?
is. Yeah,
Starts
it's
with a
essentially a
S.
controller, but the Stadia.
Yeah.
The second. All this technology didn't even look into it. I saw that they inscribed the Konami code on it, and I thought, I'm out.
Yeah,
Two
they
on the
showed the
nose.
controller on stage, and then they showed the top of it, and it looks like they engraved the Konami code into it. I had people since then telling me like, "Oh, I think that's just for the render they showed, or it's not real." But that to me was right in line with the Joker just being a tribute. It's like, well, they showed it.
They showed it.
They showed it. Is that on there or not?
Yeah.
I
Walk
can't
it back.
even tell you what it really does because I was so disgusted by that, and I thought, I don't care about this. So I don't
Yeah,
know.
it was cringy. But it was kind of interesting. It's like, hey, it will play. You can. It's all streaming.
Yeah.
And you'll play from anything that can run Chrome. So a PC
I think
or a laptop or an iPad, iPhone, whatever. It will just play it.
I think it looks cool, but I don't expect it to be around for very long.
It's
Yeah.
like cloud computing, right? Like it's going to be running the game on a server somewhere and streaming the input from your controller to that server and the video from that server.
Yeah, it's streaming a video to you. I love
OnLive kind of was around trying to do that back in the day.
Yeah, that's
right?
exactly what it was. It was trying to do that.
Tag?
There's also PlayStation Now.
Yeah, now Google has the infrastructure. If anybody has the infrastructure, Google does to make that the best it can be. But I don't think our internet is there yet.
Dude, my speeds are not.
And
I think people are just already. Most people have at least 2 consoles, if not all of them, and I don't think a 4th one is going to compete. Microsoft is already struggling to compete with Nintendo and Sony.
Sure.
And so Google is going to sweep in and become the dominant,
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know what they're gunning for. It might not be that. I mean,
I'm sure Google's gunning to be number 1. I don't think a company like Google is like, we're going to aim to be the 3rd most prominent video game console out there.
I think they see a good business with it in terms of, obviously Google runs the biggest online video platform with YouTube, and they showed on stage like, hey, you're watching videos of YouTube, depending on what the game's tagged, like, okay, you're watching Assassin's Creed videos.
That was a cool thing.
You can click, I want to play Assassin's Creed, and you could click a thing at the bottom of the video, and you're playing it.
Right.
And I think that is a great idea in theory, but I don't think our network situation is there. I mean, that's not a bold thought.
5G though.
I think some games it might be cool, but even if your connection is perfect, there's still like fighting games are not going to be split second accurate. There's going to be certain games you can't.
A lot of stuff won't work. It'd be good for turn based.
Have they talked about a price?
No, they
I think you're just paying for software. I mean,
you have to get the controller.
True.
Yeah,
you got to buy the controller.
They haven't said no. They dodged all that. Didn't answer any of it.
The whole Assassin's Creed Odyssey thing was a bad example, I thought, because I'm so sick of that game.
Yeah,
because I've been watching my girlfriend pour, hundreds of hours.
Oh
into
wow,
it.
that much.
And I'm like, of all the games you showcase, like this is the one I'm the least interested in.
Yeah.
I'd be happy with some kind of like first party something.
Well, so they said they are going to have a first party studio.
Oh, okay. See,
they brought out Jade Raymond, who was on the original Assassin's Creed. But so she's helming their first party division. They said we've got great first party games. Yeah, and she's like, we got great first party games. And then they were like, bye. It was like they didn't say what they were or anything.
That's good though. I would trust that producer.
Yeah. So maybe if it had like rad first party games that would make it worth checking out, I guess I would. But otherwise, I'm not interested in playing Assassin's Creed that way personally.
Are they gonna have keynote at E3?
I don't know. They haven't said.
Google. Oh.
Nobody else is. So I think
I think
Microsoft is the only game in town with that.
Really?
Yeah.
And what is PlayStation doing again?
Nothing.
They're doing like their state of play, but yeah, they're not focusing on E3 this year because they just want to finish up their current slate instead of. They probably just don't have anything to show this year. Yeah.
So somebody
they don't want to show hardware yet.
Somebody said this on Twitter. I can't. God, I would credit them. I can't remember who said it. Sorry, but. Yeah, they announced this thing, State of Play. And as soon as I heard it, I thought it was like Nickelodeon's Day of Play, where they're going to tell everyone to turn their TV off and go play. So maybe that'll be what it is. PlayStation's going to be like, look, no PS5 anytime soon. Go play.
You guys are having too much fun. Get outside. I want to see some bug bites.
Yeah. So anyway, who knows?
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, so the Stadia thing, I love new technology, but I still feel like, will it ever be better to do that versus having a super powerful device next to you? No. I don't know. I see the convenience of it, but I don't know.
I mean,
input lag's a big thing.
Yeah, and it could also be for people who aren't maybe like hardcore gamers. Like maybe this is just more of a casual intent.
Yeah.
And if it's like a Netflix thing, hey, pay $30 a month for all these games. You can try this out.
Yeah.
Maybe it's good for families.
And I'm sure there's some games that the latency doesn't matter. Personally, I've played some on PlayStation Now where it was like, this is no big deal, but yeah.
$30 a month, what's that? $360 a year?
Yeah,
That's the most fucking expensive gaming experience ever.
Yeah, well, they haven't said the actual price. I think people are speculating that stuff, but some people. Well, this is going to be foolish talking about this because the Apple event is tomorrow. By the time people see this on Tuesday, it will already have happened. But there's some rumors saying that Google did this to get in front of Apple because they're about to announce something like this.
Hell yeah,
streaming a game system.
That's gonna be cheap.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be dirt cheap, and it'll have all I hope there's Apple first party games that Tim Cook developed himself.
And Johnny V can read about.
Yeah, John. What's his name? Johnny Ive. Johnny Ive can be like.
I got the.
Can you? Close enough. You got one of the letters.
I see what I did.
He can announce them. He could imagine Johnny Ive announces new games at E3. The new Street Fighter. You can beat the shit out of.
Blanco's never looked so good with
raised by
red
eels
hair, and the electricity flowing from his pores was actually used from carbonite that we found in the volcano layer of Hawaii.
Evil Ryu's jersey was painted black using a capillary effect.
Put Siri in the game as new fighter.
Yeah, Siri is. Yeah, you have to
Sick.
fight Siri, and she knows everything, so you don't. You'd be like, she's gonna go ass whooping. You have arrived.
She's just gonna show up when you don't want her to.
Yeah,
She just turns.
you're gonna just be playing as other characters. She's gonna go, what? I missed that.
I wasn't talking to you, Siri.
Sorry, I missed that.
Does Google or any of the other platforms have a person?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Alexa,
Cortana.
isn't it
Alexa.
Well, okay, yeah, Alexa, the Amazon one, but with the phone, wasn't there
Cortana.
Cortana
on Microsoft?
Android.
Yeah, but I'm talking on the
Samsung's got Brixby.
That's what it was. It was something with a B. That's what it was. Do you use that, or does that work good?
Fuck no, I fucking hate Brixby.
Yeah.
No one likes their
Yeah.
digital helper.
I wish I had a digital gun and I could assassinate Brixby.
Hey, iShotty, you might be able to download it
Yeah,
still.
try it.
That'd be good if you could like remove Siri and it was like, you know, they gave you an app with a gun and you could blast her.
You're
I'm
looking
a
for
sicko.
D-Res.
Welcome to my world. This is what I
that's how
think
crazy
about.
he is.
He's
right now.
dark and twisted, guys.
Yeah, Siri really I use for reminders, and that's about it.
Sure.
I don't interface with it in a normal thing. I'm like,
I got a calendar app.
remind me to do that. Well, I do. I just do it that way. I'm like, put on the 16th. I have an appointment on whatever. Okay,
Yeah,
I put
yeah.
it there. Done.
I like telling her to send texts and stuff. I have her dictate for me.
I rarely do that. Every now and then I'll do that. If
dictation.
my arms are full and but my Apple Watch is near my face, I will go like, text Kevin, I locked the door. And I once in a while, but not super often.
Yeah.
Text Kevin, I'm horny.
What are you guys dating?
He gets that.
Jeez.
Yeah.
You get that a lot.
Yeah. Well,
Wow.
who do I tell? I'm sorry. I'll keep it to myself.
You know what I did like
Jesus.
is once I got Apple Music, I could say Siri and play literally any song and
Yeah.
it would play.
That was
that's
cool.
kind of
That's cool.
Yeah, because I have the HomePod and I do.
Oh,
Come to
okay.
think of it, with that I do that where I'll be like, hey, I'll be like, hey Siri, play Temporary Secretary. I hope at home that just happened. I hope. People,
No one
some
no one
of
has a HomePod but you. You're
No,
the
but
one
if their
person.
phone has that feature on.
Oh, okay.
I was really surprised. There was a few weeks ago I told Siri, "Hey Siri, play Slim Anus by Insane Clown Posse," and sure enough,
Oh,
that was on
no.
Apple Music. And I
You
was
got
like,
that right,
yeah,
Slim
well,
Anus.
they got
I couldn't
everything.
believe that was on Apple Music.
got it
So,
all, dude.
It works. Good
Hell
service.
yeah.
I haven't heard about that. I haven't thought about that song in a million years. I
Yeah.
remember kids at school trying to tell me how cool ICP was, and I was looking for an example, and they
They
were
used
like,
that?
"Well, they just did a song called Slim Anus," and I was like, "Oh, so that's that
That's kind of
That's
a
not for me.
compliment.
That
You know what?
sealed the deal.
Here
I'm not gonna-
In 2019, as of today, I have more respect for ICP than Eminem as a performer.
Actually, now
And
maybe.
I think
now
ICP's
maybe.
career is better than ever, and Eminem is
I care much-
dunzo.
Well, ICP found their.
Their niche.
They've got a dedicated following. They've got the Gathering of the Juggalos.
Found
Yeah.
the
Does
family.
Eminem have the Gathering of the, the candy? No.
Yeah,
He's
Gathering
got
of the Slim
nothing.
Shadys. That's the only way he
Gathering
could
of
do
the
it.
Slim of the Stands?
And
No.
all his and straight up, and this is no shade, Sean. When I say this, it's no shade.
No
Okay.
shade.
Please don't be upset. Don't be
Oh,
mad.
I'm already
But
upset,
listen,
though. Okay.
listen. All of Eminem's songs now are about being a good dad. Is that really interesting?
What was his daughter's name? He always
Meanwhile,
rapped about
ICP
it.
is
Haley.
going,
Haley.
I don't
Haley
understand the
Mathers.
concept of magnets or earthly like things, That's a way bigger concept.
Yeah.
No offense to being a dad. That's a great thing.
I wasn't okay. Well, I don't
got-
rap about being a dad.
Hey, you know what, Sean?
Sean's
If
so
you,
good at rapping.
Sean, if you really like being a dad, congratulations.
Thank you.
For me, Eminem's not a bad rapper, just a really fatherly one. I'm Rocco BOTTE, your music critic.
I think it seals the deal. Big Money Rustlers, way better film than 8 Mile.
Oh yeah, come on, it's not even comparable.
Spawned off many other films. I mean, that's just one of
Many
ICP's
Hustlers.
to make.
And also, of the two
point.
rap enterprises, only one has collaborated with DJ Big Butts and Horny Nuts, and I'll let you figure out which.
And Jack White.
And Jack.
True.
Exactly.
And there's 2 of them.
And who? ODB.
Oh, Big Baby Jesus worked with them.
That's right.
Well, I mean, there's 2 of them. You got Shaggy 2 Dope and Violent J. That's 2 against 1. I think Marshall, even if he gets Slim Shady to help him out, they're both going down with their narrow asses.
Yeah.
Back to Detroit.
Very narrow asses on all of them. You know, what can I say?
You seen the size of Shaggy? He's swole, bro.
Yeah. Very, very.
Yeah, you seen the size of Violent J?
He's swoller.
He has lost a lot of weight.
Kevin Smith levels or what? What are we dealing with?
That's the new thing. If you were a big guy in the 90s, you're skinny now.
Yeah,
that's
it's
just
called
what-
not wanting to die of a heart attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's just what it is.
Yeah, Ben Gillette.
It's kind of a new trend, Derek.
Yeah.
You must be hip to it. Of that people are learning about
Yeah.
is if you lose weight, you might not die as quick.
Yeah.
It's kind of a new hip
Longevity.
thing.
I think, well, you know, all the heavy dudes just died, and so the ones who lost weight are still alive.
Got it.
yeah, it's
Understood.
kind of a.
They see the writing on that wall that's coming at them before they hit it.
I see.
And you know, it's social media that caused this whole thing. They were like, "Oh, I see you're dying," and then they no, okay, you know. But back in the day, you didn't know what's going to happen to this old gigantic man.
You croak. One day you don't wake up.
we didn't know.
Yeah,
Miss you, big pun.
miss you, big pun. Anyway,
Well,
hey, I want to take a moment to thank our sponsors. MasterCard. I'm
Wow!
just kidding. Why would they do
I
that?
was so
All right.
excited.
Oh, he's a guy.
Shop.mega64.com is a better sponsor, but we take MasterCard. We do. I'll take anything that you can.
Discover whatever.
But what? Shop.mega64.com is the place to go for great gear and all kinds of fun stuff from Mega64 and our universe. And guess what?
What?
Tonight we have a brand new 64-hour special shirt, a very special one because Shawn went through great lengths to get it just right.
It's showtime,
Shawn,
baby.
you want to?
I am truly embarrassed,
I love it.
and I am. I'm not sure how this is gonna do, but it is very personal to me, and I'm not joking. It truly is. I am exposing myself to the world, and we're going to release for 64 hours the Wins Dance Class shirt.
There you go. That is a real childhood photo.
That is.
Chat.
That is.
I absolutely adore that.
Oh shit. Yeah, Kevin said, "Hey, Shawn, do you still have the trophies?" And I was like, "Shit, I don't know." But
Oh, Shawn.
What?
you guys,
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
wait. And then I have the other one.
Oh my
Right
God.
here.
Dude, it is dance class today.
Wait.
So were you 10 years old in that picture?
Yeah,
Wow.
First place.
Oh
That's
my
legit.
God.
I did.
That
it.
is
So
awesome.
So we'll have to do an updated one too later.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And that would make you 43 now?
Yeah.
Do you still know the dance?
Yeah, I was 10. I do not know the dances anymore. So again, that is crazy, but we're gonna put that on a shirt.
Can you do a sample of what you
Yeah.
remember of the dance?
I
You can
don't
make up a dance.
I don't. I cannot.
Give us an
Come on,
example
like
of what it may have been like.
No, there was a lot of like, and then like, bam, and like,
Oh.
big hands,
No,
no.
big
For
hands,
that?
jazz hands.
Notorious.
Thank you. Practice,
That was
dude.
awesome.
Yeah, you think that just comes in a day?
It's pretty good, dude.
Anyway, so please order that shirt and
Yeah, check that out. And tonight's also the last night you can get the studio shirt and the retro horror shirt.
Oh, yeah.
So if you want to pre-order those at the same time, you can do that.
I wonder what my parents will think of this. That's a real question.
I
Like,
think they're going to be proud.
they'll probably be proud.
Yeah.
They'll probably be proud. So.
And be sure to check out patreon.com/mega64. We just announced our new gift package for the next quarter. We're about to ship out the one from the previous quarter, but we thought in the meantime we'd show you the next one and get ready for it. It's a Sight Freak themed package. You can read all the details at patreon.com/Mega64. There's an exclusive enamel pin, a deck of cards, a secret experience. There's all kinds of stuff involved in this collection, so you definitely want to get in on that. By March 31st is the cutoff to get in and fund for 3 months, and for tier 3, and you'll get that stuff. But all the details are at patreon.com/Mega64, along with a whole bunch of other fun stuff. So check that out. Anyway, aside from that,
that's it.
Yeah, what were we talking about before that?
ICP, Google.
Oh yeah, ICP and Google finally collaborating, working together. They're supposedly going to announce a new Borderlands this week. Is anyone into that?
Oh, really?
Borderlands 3. Yeah.
I was just gonna say I don't feel like there are any Borderlands fans here.
No,
And
they're
I've
not.
played a lot of Borderlands,
What?
but I'm not a fan.
Eric used to play a lot.
Yeah.
I feel like he did, and he's the only one of my circle of friends. He's the only one that I
What
knew.
what is going to be shown at PAX? Is there anything that we should be excited about?
Nintendo Nintendo has a big ass booth there, and we don't really know what's going to be in it.
Okay.
So there could be something.
I feel like there was a
interesting.
PSVR game I saw that was going to be there that I thought, I'll try that.
Well, I can speak to that.
Yeah.
They're going to have Space Channel 5 VR.
That's what it is. That's what it is, Rocco.
Yes. So I'm very excited.
So it's not PSV. What's that going to be on?
PSVR.
Oh, it's coming to Sony
Yes.
from Sega?
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Did they cut Michael out of that?
Everyone is wondering that in the comment section of every video they've put up of this game. Everyone's going, is Space Michael coming back or what? So we don't
You
know.
got to bring the Prince of Pop.
I think he needs to settle his legal troubles before he can go back to space.
But
Okay.
Ooh La La is going to fail the mission without.
Yeah,
All right.
he's just embroiled in a case right now.
I say let it rip.
There you go. Well, I remember being really surprised when that game came out. It was like, this guy is like Michael Jackson. Is it actually Michael Jackson? And it was. And I think he only has one line. He's like, thank you, ooh la la.
Well, you got to pull
That's
it.
a good.
Just like The Simpsons, you got to pull it. That doesn't
What?
exist anymore. The Simpsons pulled the episode with Michael Jackson in it.
Oh,
They did?
Yeah, it's gone.
No re-airing, huh?
Nope. And it's off their FX Simpsons World.
So-
thing.
Good thing I got them DVDs.
I was going to say, so at this point now, the only legal way to see that episode is the physical box set that came out of season 3.
Yeah.
My dad, for years, bought every Simpsons set that came out.
Yeah.
Which I remember thinking, I mean, at some point you have to stop, right? You're not enjoying the
Yeah,
show
I did
anymore.
1 to 10. I stopped at 10.
Yeah.
And that was generous.
He went even beyond that. And then one day went, fuck it, and sold them all. And I saw him packaging them up for eBay, and I was like, dude, I would have taken these from you. I would have. And he's like, oh, I didn't know you wanted them. I was like, yeah, no, I love the at least the first 9 or 10 seasons.
Right.
Damn, I was just packaging them up. Well, here, I haven't sold this one yet, and it was season 3.
Oh.
The one with that
nice.
episode on it, which now is going for hundreds
You
on
have
eBay.
it?
I do. It's on my
Yeah.
shelf
Dude.
right there. I was like, what were the odds that out of all of them, that was the one I swiped?
I have that as well. I would sell it in a second, but
Put it on eBay.
that
bruh.
shit has been through the car trips and
Doesn't matter.
everything. There's no
Yeah.
way.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I really like that. I like the episodes that are on it. I mean, I guess I could make money from it, but I kind of like that I have it too.
That-
you know?
season 3 is when The Simpsons gets real good.
Agreed.
Yeah.
And that is a great episode. Great
Stark Raving
episode.
Mad, I think, or Stark Raving Dad.
Stark Raving Dad.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's weird because they were because a lot of people were like, well, he's not really even singing in it, and it's
No.
not. It's so removed from actually him. Is it really worth all this to put it there? You know, to remove it and all that. But it was interesting. One of the creators of The Simpsons, is it Al Jean?
Yeah, he's yeah.
I think it was him, said he personally wanted it removed because he's like, I think this episode aided him in what he did. He had personal feelings about it. He's like, it wasn't
Familiar with him.
pressure. He's like, I personally think that
Kids would watch that.
he did that so he could show it
Michael.
to kids.
Yeah.
He's like, I've always had weird vibes about that, and I'm just I'm taking it
I
down.
never even considered that.
Yeah, and I was like,
God damn.
okay, that's different. Wow, okay. Because I just thought maybe they got pressured into it
You
or
look-
something. You didn't know.
You look
but-
too deep into the situation, man.
You're one of those guys.
justify
that
it.
you just believe everything you hear. Okay, you're just one of those guys. whatever.
Yeah.
Just one of those guys. I'm one of those
One
guys.
of those guys. That's crazy.
That's bullshit.
well.
People in the chat saying that's
But
bullshit.
I agree. It's a good episode. Good episode. So now what?
I like that it's pulled now because it's almost a rarer. There's like
Yeah.
more of a story to
When
it.
we were kids,
Makes it all that more enjoyable to watch.
Yeah, I watched Fox every night. Obviously, I think we all did. I watched The Simpsons every night. But there were some episodes that were like the rare ones that they would rarely ever play. They play like the same, like I feel like
Yeah.
20 in like constant rotation, and then every now and then they put a new one in there, or like an older like
Yeah.
hidden track in there. And that was one of them where it's like if that came, oh shit, we got the Michael Jackson one. Luke, come here. Tim Allen's on next. Let's go.
Hell yeah. Simpsons Home
See, the
Improvement.
Simpsons, to me, pull all the Simpsons down because it's no good unless it's back to back with Home Improvement.
That's how it's
It's like it's chocolate peanut butter. You know, you're not going to have one without the other, right?
right.
But anyway,
Tim Allen was a coke dealer. Pull those episodes.
He came back from that, right?
Yeah, Michael Jackson
But
could come
he
back.
did-
Michael Jackson, he could,
unconfirmed.
When's
I
he
heard he
redeem
gave.
himself?
I heard he gave coke to JTT.
yeah,
I
that's
heard
true.
that.
Why do you think you don't see him anymore?
Exactly.
He's so coked out. He doesn't know where he is.
Ooh, that Santa Claus movie, that big mustache and beard hides that powder.
Yeah, that's why he said, "Oh, don't put me in the regular guy movie. Put me in the Santa Claus movie. That
Yeah.
way you can't see."
Can't
That's
see
how.
my
That's
stuff.
how Tim Allen
yeah.
came up with. Oh. That was.
He went.
They cut out the snort before it. It was originally.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
that's where it
Cut
started.
the snort out.
Oh my god.
In Binford, it used to be Coke Boys.
Yeah.
Oh, we got
Exact-
your
and
Tim.
the
that's-
grunting too. He would smoke the crack pipe and go.
That's
Oh my
Wilson.
god.
oh my god! I just had an epiphany. That's why you never saw fucking Wilson because he's smoking a crack pipe.
Yeah. They couldn't show Wilson lower than the
Yeah.
eyes because his nose was gone. It was
Artie Lang shit.
style.
Yeah, he had yellowed teeth from that
Artie
meth.
Lang shit, and
That
that's
meth
why
yellows your teeth,
and that's why he always had all this the wisdom.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because he was like
Oh.
doing crazy
Bullshit, yeah.
shit. back there.
Peyote.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Home Improvement makes sense now.
More power was just a play on Tim's classic phrase, more coke.
Oh no!
You know, and Al all straight laced and buttoned down, but
Yeah.
no, who's the supplier? Huh?
Yeah.
No,
Derrick-
He's feeding
And
everyone
you know
this
what? You know
poison.
what, dude? I heard there was a secret DEA agent on set, and it was Bob Vila, and that's why he hated Bob Vila so much.
That was the hatred. Oh,
came through the
someone in the
script.
chat nailed it, Derek. I think you worded that wrong. The phrase was more powder, and they just
Oh,
they took the
shit.
DA.
Well,
They
I
edited him.
don't steal jokes from the chat. I make my own.
That's
That's the
what I
difference
said.
between me
I
and
said it was
ROCCO.
in the chat.
yeah.
It's an
I'm not,
aid.
you know,
That's a fact.
I do.
Oh,
That's
it was
it's a
more
tool.
coke.
oh. Did they have a dog? No, they didn't have a dog. Shit. Well,
Just 3 kids.
yeah,
Wait, 3? I thought there
yeah.
was
They
2.
got Brad,
Go watch it again.
and
bro.
they got.
Is there a girl?
Mark,
Nope.
2 boys.
and then what was
And
Jonathan
the third
Taylor
boy.
Thomas's name?
No,
Randy.
That's
Randy.
Hanson.
Yep.
That was Hanson. They only had 2 boys.
They had 3 boys, dude.
What?
They had
Hanson
3
was 3
boys.
boys,
Yeah,
Dude,
Hanson was 3 boys.
go-
But Tim only had 2. JTT.
You're wrong,
And-
but it doesn't matter.
right.
You know what? Jack's right here. Yep. Well,
I didn't steal a joke from the chat. I said someone in the chat said more powder.
This is like Carlos Mencia.
and then everyone's going, "Wow, Rocco stole a joke from the chat." I said it was from the chat.
Rocco Mencia over here.
you
I
guys,
said someone
it
in the
is
chat
okay
said-
to cry. Just don't take a
Holy
selfie of
shit.
it.
Where's fucking Joe Rogan calling out Dane Cook?
What did Dane do wrong?
I don't know, dude.
Did Dane Cook steal a joke?
No.
There was like, I remember back when all that shit was like Dane Cook and Louis C.K. both had the shoes flying off joke and they got into a fight. And then
Everyone hates on Dane Cook because he was so fucking good at MySpace
Yeah.
Yeah.
that it made him a fucking millionaire.
Yeah,
they're jealous.
Really,
Yeah.
he
honestly.
probably made more money than Tom, yeah.
They're
I
jealous that he was smart enough to like utilize MySpace early.
What
Yeah,
do you
I
do
didn't
with
use
MySpace?
MySpace.
He marketed himself and became like a huge fucking
Yeah.
stand-up comedian based it basically off of his MySpace
media,
profile
Crazy.
and posting. Like he was an
Or Dane-
originator
Dane-
of
Well, I
it.
remember seeing Dane Cook on Premium Blend. Do you remember that show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
loved
old school Comedy Central
say it.
specials are great.
I loved Dane Cook when he came out.
Yeah, I did
He
too.
was my
I liked
favorite
him.
comedian.
That alien
I had his
impression?
albums. He was hilarious.
He poured
but
water on his head.
But it was a case of oversaturation.
Yeah, I think so.
I loved
Yeah.
it so much, and then suddenly it was like, okay, I can't handle this anymore.
Yeah, it just became too much. I mean, for me, it was. I'm
Still
just
waiting.
speaking for myself. It was a Family Guy syndrome situation where I saw a special and then he did another one and I really loved it. And then he was hosting SNL and doing 8 more things, and they were kind of like, oh, I don't know if he's speaking to me anymore. Like, it was kind of too much.
That happens to me too, but I feel like people strike onto the scene and then they go like, hey, while the iron's hot, I'm going to keep doing stuff. Because,
Yeah.
hey, how long is this 15 minutes? And how do you know when you're oversaturating or you're like, fuck, I'm going to make
Well,
this
you're
money?
just getting work, yeah.
You
Yeah,
can't
I'm
blame
getting work.
somebody for becoming successful and thinking,
Yeah,
like,
sure.
everybody loves me, and you go
Yeah.
as far as you can take it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Will
That's-
Ferrell was that for me. Like,
Oh,
just
wow.
too
Yeah,
many
I got
movies
tired of him.
After,
And I like Will Ferrell, but
Yeah.
I was hitting a point where it was like, I got to like take time away. But that's what happened with what you just said, Derek, about like, yeah, you buy into that and it's like, I'm doing what people want from me or whatever. Matt Stone and Trey Parker talk about that with Basketball. They're in that movie Basketball. And so a lot of people don't know to this day like that they did not write or direct or make that movie. It was just like, oh, hey, South Park's really big. You want to be in this
I
comedy?
thought that was like their breakout movie.
I did too for years. And
about
and they
Cannibal.
just did it because they were getting thrown, Hollywood. Like, you guys are big. Be in a Hollywood movie.
Which,
Okay.
I mean, that's crazy for them, you know?
Yeah.
Huge deal.
And then they were in like 8 things that they thought sucked, and they were like, "What? How did this happen?" And it's like, well, we're just doing what we thought the people wanted, So that happens. That does.
Well, I
happen.
loved basketball when I was a kid, so.
I did. I just watched it recently because
Really?
it was.
Does it hold up?
Jenny McCarthy in that?
I mean,
Dude, real
No.
big fishes in
it
there.
doesn't. It
Really?
doesn't. There.
Why do I think it
Yeah.
held up back when it came out?
No. I mean, I liked it for very specific reasons. It was just like, it was a very fuck it movie, So it was like,
Naked Gun. It was one of those.
yeah, it was in. Yeah, I mean, it's directed by what's his name, David Zucker or whatever his name is, and so yeah. But I was surprised and actually embarrassed. There were a couple things they say in that movie that I was like, I still say that all the time.
Oh, shit.
I've been quoting Basketball for like when he's about to. I think it's when he's gonna cut his finger off, and he goes. And he cuts his middle finger off or whatever. He's doing that the whole time, and I do that. I'll show you stuff, and I'll be like,
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
and I'm like, well, oh, that was from that. Like, I've been doing that for like 20 years. That's fucking gross.
Wow.
Would you
Anyway.
would you say their best stuff? Because like aside from South Park,
Yeah.
I'm a huge Orgasmo and
Orgasmo
Cannibal the
was
Musical
great.
fan.
Yeah, I saw Cannibal recently too. And
Okay.
I mean, it's a student movie, but I love it.
But for
It's
their
great.
like first thing,
Yeah.
like I don't know if the Hermaphrodites PSA they did for Troma was first.
Yeah.
It might have been with
Yeah.
Lemmy from Motorhead.
Yeah.
But that
I don't believe I'm familiar with that work.
you haven't seen the it's great. That PSA was like the first thing I ever saw, and then Romeo and Juliet Cannibal the Musical is probably my favorite, like hands down thing, like that they've ever done. I like Orgasmo, but Cannibal the Musical like peaks for me.
I
yeah.
loved. Was it Team America? Like, I mean, I was.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I
thinking
like
forget
Team
about
America.
when
that.
it came out. That was like the greatest thing in the world.
Isn't it funny? After Team America, those guys signed like a multi-picture deal with Paramount or whatever studio to do like, okay, like they were burnt, they were like dead after Team America because they were like doing a movie with puppets was so like
And they're so-
unrewarding and,
Yeah,
and
on with everything.
difficult that it killed us. But like we have a deal now where we can do 2 or 3 movies of whatever they wanted. And they never did any of them. It never came out.
I mean,
Is that the last they did?
did Book of Mormon.
Yeah.
And that.
That's
they
true.
shifted
And
to
that,
that.
like, killed. Like, that. I mean, that, like, did so well. They won all the Tonys. Like,
And I think they talk about Team America still like they still haven't seen $1 from it or something. Like they can't. Like the movie studio still says, "Oh yeah, never profited
That's
from
a
that."
shame.
Movie bookkeeping is such bullshit. But I think that's what happened there. Meanwhile, Book of Mormon, I think they said like, "Yeah, I think we've made more money doing this than anything we could possibly do." Like,
yeah.
And they own the movie rights to it. They made like their own studio called Important Studios just
Yeah.
so they could keep the movie rights to it. And I
Yeah.
think at the time it was like we're gonna run this show as much as we could, and then down the line maybe. Make
Oh,
a movie.
really?
Yeah, so they still own
Interesting.
the rights.
Because
to
I've never tickets always
Yeah,
seem
it's always sold out.
expensive
I've never seen
or
it.
rare.
I've
Yeah, I
listened
always
to the
miss it.
songs, though. Like,
You've
listened
already
to
listened to
I've
the
listened
songs?
to it. Yeah.
See, I won't do that. I feel like that's a spoiler for when I
yeah,
go
that's
see
how
the
I feel
show.
too. I
get
haven't
it.
listened to them.
I get that, but I was just like, oh, maybe it's on Apple Music. I'll check it out, and I
That's
listened to it.
like I mean, if you're into musical theater, that's what you do. You listen to the songs first.
And then you go see
That's
it?
what I kind of grew up with.
Wow.
Yeah, that is a good point. Because
Wow,
I
okay.
avoided them too. I was like, I want to see it. I don't want it spoiled.
And-
but I'm thinking of like, yeah, when I first saw Rent, I had heard that soundtrack about 6,000 times.
And also, a lot of times the songs do a great job of they're there to tell a story.
Yeah.
Right. So like you get the story through that. So like it's
B. Kareem in the chat says, I think musicals are fucking stupid. I just wanted to let everybody
nice.
know.
fair enough.
that
Respect.
that is.
You got called
I
out,
think it's
dog.
fucked up.
Person's
Derrick
opinion out
stole
there.
that joke from the chat. Shame on everyone.
Calling him out.
But the songs to that musical are so catchy that like I listened to this like years ago and it's still stuck in my head. But there was a couple that's like, man, this is fucking crazy what they're saying in these songs. Like they did. I can't believe this is doing so well because they did not hold back at all. Jesus.
Well, a lot of musicals from the past were crazy for their time.
Yeah.
They were always like, kind of provocative. I
Yeah.
guess not always.
Yeah.
Cabaret, even Rent.
Even Damn Yankees. It was like they say damn. I mean back that you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it was just kind of like pushing the envelope a little bit. Some of the songs in it.
Pippin,
Especially.
Pippin was crazy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Drug
I guess
trip,
that's because it is.
Suicide show.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ Superstar.
Well,
yeah. All of them.
listen to the
Hedwig
music.
the Angry Inch,
Yep.
crazy.
Crazy.
Susicle.
You'll know what song I'm talking
Fucking
about.
nuts.
I'm pretty sure.
You know what happens to Captain
Well-
Hat. Favorite musical. What is your favorite musical? Do you
Rocky
have
Horror
one?
Picture Show.
That's
Wow.
a great one.
Had that ready to go.
Yep. Can't beat it.
Oh.
I mean, I really
I got
like
some
the South Park
backups.
movie.
I like.
Yeah,
really
South
like-
Park
I
movie.
really
that is
love
a
that
musical.
movie.
I would count it.
I'm corny. I like Guys and Dolls.
I love
I
that
was
really
gonna say
too.
I might go Guys and Dolls. When it comes to musicals, I like corny.
Yeah.
You know, I like corny fun stuff.
But I also
so.
think like I had a life-changing like thing by doing that. Like in that play, that was like that changed everything for me.
Which one for you?
When we did Damn Yankees. Is it Damn Yankees or Guys and Dolls?
He said Guys and Dolls.
Oh, I'm sorry.
said Guys and Dolls.
Well, I'm thinking Damn Yankees, but that
Oh,
like changed
yeah.
my whole life.
Yeah.
Like doing that.
I
So
like
I think
Damn
I have a
Yankees,
soft
too.
spot personally for Damn
Yeah,
Yankees.
you guys were in musicals, so you kind of have a different perspective than
Yeah.
any of us.
Yeah. But Guys and Dolls is great too.
Guys and Dolls, I think might be mine.
Yeah. Well, good show, guys.
Yeah, fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Tight
Are you calling
hour.
curtains? Is that the term?
Perfect.
There you go.
Look at that. Right on time.
Curtain Call.
You made it happen, Shawn.
Thank you.
They made a musical out of American Psycho. Somebody.
Yeah, it closed pretty fast to
Oh,
the
really?
point where they were trying to get college students to come in and be seat fillers.
Oh, God.
I it looked cool. I'm a huge Brady Snell's fan, and like it looked cool, but yeah, it only opened like I think off Broadway, and just it closed pretty fast.
Like that
Yeah.
Evil Dead musical was going for
There's
a
always
while.
gimmick musicals. There's a
Spider-Man
Potter.
musical.
That's
classic.
what I was going to bring up. Was
Spider-Man?
I would kill to have been in there for
Was
the
that
Spider-Man musical.
You two doing the music?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What was
waste of
the
time?
musical Green Day did the music for?
American Idiot.
American Idiot.
Oh, it was for their musical.
Yeah.
That didn't last long
I
at
think
all,
is it
huh?
still going? I have no idea.
There's
don't
no
know.
fucking way.
But the Spider-Man one was such an unmitigated disaster that it kills me I wasn't there. I wish I could have seen that. I wish I could have been there opening night to see that just all collapse.
Collapse. Yeah.
That kills me. That's my brand.
That's your brand.
Like
On
theater,
brand
like
for Rocco.
Rocco
theater
likes cringe
disaster
worthy,
where no one knows what
you
to
know.
do. Oh.
Yeah.
When an actor falls into the audience and injures people in the second row, that's the level of cringe Rocco really deems as
Strives for.
Dangerous theater.
quality
I
content.
remember being at some of the plays we did in high school where like someone missed their cue and no one on stage knew what to do. And I would be like, I would feel so bad for them. And at the same time, I was like, fuck, I love this.
Yeah.
No one in this room knows what's next. I love it. I love that energy.
that sums
Like,
Rocco
what do we
so
do?
perfectly.
You can feel that.
Yeah.
You can feel that when you just like. I
Yeah.
remember being on the stage when that happened, and like all the hair in the back of my neck just stood up. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck are we going to do?
high stakes.
I remember that happened to me once, and I think it was it Guys Adult? No, I was in like Annie Get Your Gun in community theater, and someone didn't show up,
Oh,
and we were on stage for a while, but I took the time. I love it. I if I can, as long as I can come up with a fucking idea.
Right.
I was and so yeah, there was some stunt in there where there was whipped cream, like shaving cream or something. Somebody got hit with a pie at some point in the show, and it was still on the ground. So I just no one knew what to do, and whoever was in the next scene hasn't showed up yet. So I think if I remember correctly, everyone was standing around, and then I walked, well, I guess I'll be going, and I purposely walked through the pie because I thought physical comedy, whatever.
Right.
And I walked through the pie, and I went, you guys have a dog in here? What is that? Like, I made some joke about that, and then that bought enough time that they
got out.
So I made a dog shit joke.
Show must go on, though.
Classic
Classic.
Rocco.
Thinking on his
Well,
feet, not stinking.
Yeah.
I saw you and Annie Get Your Gun. That was the only time I saw Annie Get Your Gun.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
a good show. Weren't you also in Singing in the Rain? Or
Yes.
Oh, okay.
They had me play a manager or producer or whatever in Annie Get Your Gun, and I talked like this, and I just kept doing that, and they enjoyed that so much that they cast me in Singing in the Rain, and they were like, "Can you just do that again?" I was like,
We
"I
know
guess I'm
you'd be
that
great.
guy." Yeah.
Typecasted.
I was only in like the last part of the show, so I would like show up and like play Game Boy Advance for 2 hours,
Yeah.
and then go out on stage. And, all right, we got you greased up and ready to go. You're right, and that was it. And then I go.
When
home.
I was a
Yeah.
child, I did children's community theater, and I was cast in The Secret Garden, and they cast me as, I don't even remember the story of The Secret Garden, but I played an Indian servant who dies in a fire in
Yeah.
like the first scene.
Oh, cool.
Oh man.
So I show up, I'm on stage for 5 minutes, and then, oh, fire! I think all the children become orphans or something. That's why they have
Yeah.
to move to where the secret
Yeah.
garden is. So I'm on stage for 5 minutes, and then it'd be 2 hours of just hanging out backstage, playing with my friends.
Yeah.
We'd do,
Yeah.
like G.I. Joes and aliens, run around backstage and shit.
Hell yeah.
It's weird when you're in a show and you have like essentially nothing to do for 90% of the show.
Yeah. Yeah,
fun,
that
right?
that community theater thing that I was in, they wanted me in the opening number because they were like, we got all hands on deck for that. We want it to be an amazing opening number. And then and they were like, Rocco, it must have been a poor cast because they said I could dance better than the people in that side of the stage. And it's like, well, if I'm your best hope, then. But I think it was in a lot of older people in the cast, and they wanted me up front for the opening dance number, and then my scene was the next scene where the producer would come in and talk, and it's like 2 different outfits. So they were like, well, we'll cover you with a cape and a hat, and then just leave. And I'm like, I leave on that side, but my next scene starts from the other side. And they were like, yeah, just run around the hill. Cause you remember these were on the top of a mountain.
Yeah.
These were in an amphitheater at the top of
a hill.
of a mountain in San Diego. And so they were like, yeah, just run along the hillside behind the theater.
Oh my God.
And go to the other side. And I did it one night. And it was like, this shit is fucking steep. Like they wanted me to just like hug the hillside to get to the other side. And there was
free solo.
and there
They
was
didn't know who they were dealing with.
the woman there was a woman that was in the same boat. Like she was my wife in the scene or whatever. And we went and she's like, oh, it's real easy. Just do this and that. And she was like a climber. She was like going across like to the other side. And I just stood there with my cane and cape. And I was like, I'm not even going to attempt it. And she was like, you're not even going to try? I'm like, fuck no, not at all. And so I walked off of that number and I just went all the way around. I like left the theater, went out the exit. I mean, I went the longest way and I think I was like way late for my cue or something. Or something like that. I don't remember, but I just remember everyone was mad at me that night. And I was like, yeah, you wanted me to climb a hill. Like that's not on the cards.
It's not in my contract.
Yeah, it was. So I never did that opening number again. I just stopped going to that. Anyway, sorry, we're over.
Yeah.
And we got to wrap it up because we got packed stuff.
We gotta go to Boston, so hopefully
True.
we'll see you guys there.
Yes.
Please come out and say hello. We would love to see you.
Yes.
Come by the booth. Pick up some of the new stuff.
Yeah, we'll be
Number
there.
22017.
Yep. 22017. And our panel at PAX East is Saturday night. The Saturday night of PAX, 8 p.m. Was that Albatross?
Yeah.
Theater, I think.
It's the Albatross.
Yeah.
all
Yeah,
right.
we'll be there. Be sure to check that out. It's going to be a lot of fun. And we'll be at the booth all weekend. And don't forget to look at all our new stuff that we're going to have at our booth. Mega64.com. I put up a whole news update with all the different items that you can get and all the exclusives. So check that out. That's all at Mega64.com.
No PPS next week, so you'll have to hit
Yeah.
up the archives, Mega64 archives on YouTube.
Yeah, I don't
Last
think I'll-
week's is up.
I don't think I'll have a future probe stream either, unless I can do it from Boston.
Nah,
which
no.
maybe, but
Maybe.
Yeah, we'll
who
figure it
knows?
out.
They could catch up on the archives.
Yeah, there's lots of stuff on there.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway. Thank you, everybody, for
Thank
watching.
you.
Have a good one. And let us know what you want to see in the Gargoyles reboot, or would you rather see them reboot Wild West Cowboys of Moo Mesa?
Of Moo
Kevin?
Yeah, that's
Mesa.
gonna be good.
Thoughts? He wasn't even paying
Come on,
fucking
Kevin.
attention.
Kevin
Smart
says
ass.
Moo Mesa.
He didn't watch that show.
Yeah, you're gonna trust him or these trophy winners over here?
Good night.